Hello, can you guys hear me? Alright, I think you can see me. Alright, today if you notice, I have a very special project. So I made a bunch of tags. In fact, I got a lot. And all of this, see these pretty little tags? All of them are made from recycled items. So I just wanted to go through how I made this. I haven't finished the whole entire thing. I just made one or two as a sample, but every one of them started from this type of scraps. So if you notice, some of these are like, your tags when you buy things, clothes tagging. This one here is actually all your cards from, your expired cards, whether it's for stores or, your personal medical cards, those kind of things. These are from your clothing tags. This one here are the backings from, when you purchase your products. These are all from the sticker books, the journals and all that. So I literally use this type of tags. I layered them with all these different pieces to give them the if you notice, these are the ones that I haven't colored. So if you notice that it's hard. Yeah, it's literally hard. It's made of from multiple things. Some of them are plastic pieces. These are actually your the SIM cards and all that you purchase. So some of them have been there in my stash for about 10 years. Some my sister gave me from her stash, so I accumulated all this much. So these are all the old phone cards. Back during those days, you have the old phone cards. I used to collect them, and I had like this height, this much of cards that I collected, and I don't see any use for it any longer. So I started using them on my projects. If you notice here, this is actually made of multiple layers. This is from the 3D stickers that I bought. So, and some of these pieces, because it has a hole, so it will make a very nice ending, because you can hang them, so you don't really need to punch holes and all that. So literally what I did was I used anything and everything in my stash to make these kind of things. There's also even a few pieces. Okay, these are those that those little pieces when you buy earrings. All right, they're pretty sturdy. You can't really bend them, so I really like this. And some of them, if you notice the back, I have not finished the back yet. Okay, that's the reason why it's not painted and colored and all that, but the front have been done. This piece here literally was this. All right, so this whole entire project, like you can do a lot of things with your recycled materials and all that. Yes, if you want to go and buy your own card stocks and all that, and you want to build this, you can do that. But the whole entire idea of this is using your stash and use it as much as possible, because literally all of us will have these kind of things, whether it's for kitchen, for the house, or for our what they call the crafting item and all that. You will have these kind of pieces. For example, this is a hook I bought for my kitchen. These are from the glue sticks. Okay, these are from my, if you notice, these are my peels. Okay, my peel packages and all that. These are also from the ribbons I bought from the shop. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, this was something to do with a nail clipper or something like that, one of those items. Okay, so literally you'll get this kind of tags in every single place. So what I do is I normally collect them, put them into a box. I had like a big basket filled with it, and these are the only pieces that's left right now. Of course, I have more of this, a lot of this, but the leftovers and all that, these are the only pieces I'm left. I literally used up most of them. So just give me a moment. Let me adjust all this stuff here, get rid of the things. So I made 27 actually. Yes, you don't believe it. So I used all this to make 27 pieces. I'm still trying to get an idea with this. Okay, these flowers are from Right Brain, RBA, Right Brain Artist. She actually sent it to me as a gift, so I kind of like tried to use it on this packing. But these are some of my finished pieces. Yes, it doesn't have much shine and all that to it, because I didn't really want to make it too shiny. But yes, this I will post it up soon. All right, there's another one of it. most of them are in green at the moment. Okay, I used a lot of my stash. All right, so these are the 3 that I finished, but the rest of it, so most of the time, okay, when you build, it will be like this. Literally, it looks exactly like this. It has all kind of colors and all that to it. So normally what I do is I do a 1 layer of paint. Okay, so if you notice this, there's a layer of paint, and I actually used my dilutions. Okay, my dilutions, I have a lot, so I can use my dilutions. And for the plastic pieces, if you notice, most of your acrylic paint will not what they call that, will not stick well on your plastic pieces. So what I normally do is, it doesn't matter, I'll just paint them. Okay, yes, you can see all this stuff, you know, even some of your tags and all that, it has the plastic, it has like the plasticity. This is still okay, I'm so sorry, this is still okay, but yeah, okay, like this kind of pieces, right? If you notice, right, it is a bit plastic, you know, it's very smooth. So when you have this kind of smooth surfaces, what will happen is this paint won't stick. The 2 things you can do, you can use it as it is, or what you can do is you can peel off the top part and you can stick it, because in the end, you know, it will give you a different texture to your project. So it's purely up to you. In some cases, what you can do is, the front part may be too shiny and too smooth, but the back normally it looks good. I can't find the other piece, like this kind of pieces, right? So the front is very shiny, so when you paint on it, the paint doesn't really stick, but the back, you know, the back is actually a normal paper. So I normally try to use the back end of it. So regardless how you use it, how you paint it, so what will happen is you'll end up with this kind of thing. So the whole idea is for you to, I mean, you can even paint it a bit lighter so that you can see some of the wordings and the writings and all that. But for me, what I'm much more interested is in the texture, because it has different level, and the way you stick it will make a difference. Okay, like for example, this one over here, this piece had all this, you know, the nice curves and all that, so I retained it and I just sticked the inside. So if you notice that there are layers here, I don't know whether you can see it very well or not. Okay, for example, you know, the different layers, you see. So I made it like smaller, so the middle part will be much more thicker. So once I do that, or sometimes I get a bit creative, you know, I use all my little cases and all that, and once I do this, before I go in here, what I normally do is, this is where your decoupage paper, you know, I got actually a lot of it. This is where your decoupage paper comes in. So normally what I do is I take this whole entire thing and stick it on them. Whether I want to use the same piece of paper or I want to use different pieces of paper, it depends. Okay, like for example, let me bring out this whole entire stash. 27 pieces, guys. Yes. So in this case, what I did, I just painted and I just pasted a little. So I still have to do, you know, a little bit on the sides and all that. That will be like the, you know, the touch up and all that you do. Like here, I actually had this tattoo stickers and all that. So what I did was I just sticked it on them. So they kind of gave like a background imprint on this piece. So can you see the butterfly? Yes. In some cases like this, like for example this one here, I use the entire piece. I don't know, this one here. Alright, I used this piece of paper, I pasted on top. Then what I did was I took my dilution sprays. I don't have much sprays, I just got about 10 or 11 I think, or maybe less. Okay, dilution sprays I sprayed on top. Okay, there's 2 colors. I think I used the red and the postbox red and the pure sunshine. Alright, so it gave me the hue and the colors. I can use texture paste. You can use texture paste if you want, but the reason why I didn't use texture paste is because of the different what they call that, the height and all that. So sometimes when you use your stencils on this, it might not stick. And if you want to use texture paste, then make sure that, you know, all your pieces of paper are the same size, and it will give you the thickness, and it's easier for you to use your texture paste. Right? I'm just going to show you quickly the pieces that I did. Right? Some of them are painted with dilution, some of them are painted with primer. I only have about 7 of this. These are the only colors I could get here. Prima metallic Finaba, right? So 1, 2, all right. This one here is Prima actually, and what I did on top of that was I added 2 things. One, this is actually a cheap eyeshadow which I added on top, okay, all right, to give it a shine. And if you want, you can also use Nuo Mousse. I only got 4 of my Nuo Mousse here. You can use Nuo Mousse, all right. This is black, pure platinum, I think. Yeah, you can use that. All right, so 2, 3, 4. You see, sometimes I just piece some things on there, but it might not turn out right, but it doesn't matter. Eventually, I'll work on it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This turned out really nice. Okay, this one here, I didn't use this paper. I actually used another type of paper. You know, those that comes in with your packaging and all that that soaks up the water very well. I used that, and I actually used my dilution sprays on this. So it kind of gave me a very nice hue and combination. So this was white. And I think, I can't remember, I lost track. I'm just going to quickly run through with you so this again is the whole entire piece of paper. It has flowers, so what I did was I kind of like sprayed on top of them. This is 100% Finaba Prima Marketing paints, so I just used a few different colors on it, right? This one over here, it's a mix. I think these are Finaba paint, and what I did was on top of that I used this lace. This was actually from an old dress that I had, so I took it out and I started using for my crop. If you guys realize, I actually used it before as well on another project, so this is just one of it. All right. I just wanted to show you guys the project I was working, because it's been a while since I posted it, but let me go through one thing here. So this one here, just stick that, it came out. I mean, I just laid it out. I didn't really stick them hard on it. So this one over here, what I actually did for the edges and all that was, I didn't do much work on this piece except for, of course, the background. What I did was I used one of my decoupage paper. It had the nice print and on it, and if you notice, right, it had the nice butterfly, and on top of that I just I used Rosie Studio butterfly in here. She has a very nice collection of butterflies, and these are my favorite, the black and whites. Even the sentiment was from hers. The middle, underneath this, I actually painted with dilution paint. Then I pasted this decoupage paper, and what it did was it gave me a very good nice hue from the background. And to give it a bit more interest, what I did was I only have these are the only 4 pieces of distress Tim Holtz Distress Crayon I have. So what I did was I used these 2 colors. One is called Peel Paint and the other one is Twisted Citron. Okay, I used only these 2 colors to give the edges, to do the edges and to give some coloring in here. So this is what's giving it the extra colors and edges. And I also added a little bit of my artist oil piece. Okay, these are my favorite. I don't know whether I'm showing it to you upside down. Okay, these are my favorite actually, and they are metallic oil base. They are almost, it's almost like using distress crayons, but it has only limited colors. In fact, yes, you can see like a lot, but it only has 6 colors in it, because each of the color there's 2. I use one of this, like this green over here. This is more like teal, this teal over here, to give a little bit of added color to it. So don't worry about whether you have the products or not. You don't actually have to buy them. You can use literally anything. There's even one that I remember, I think one of the orange pieces, I didn't have the color, so what I did is I used this it's an oil paste as well, but it's a bit cheaper ones. I had it in my, I always had this. I love them as well because I can get all kinds of colors and it's quite cheap. So I tried to use them and the colors turned out very well as well. I even added a little bit of color in it from here. Okay, so whether you're using Tim Holtz, distress crayon, or gallery, oil base, or some cheap ones, it doesn't matter. Your project will actually turn out good. It's all about how you guys use your own what they call it, the things that you have to create these projects. Okay, I wanted this to be a very short video and it became very long. I hope you guys like it. Like, for example, this one over here, it's very simple. This one is actually a wall sticker. You can actually stick it to a tile. I found all this in a local hardware shop, and I kind of used it. Then of course I kind of decorated it. In fact, this is not normally how I do my cards, but I just wanted to have something really simple over here. And again, this is like, if you guys notice, yes, I love to use the strings and all that. And this butterfly and the sentiments are both from Rosie's Studio. Alright, and it actually had a butterfly underneath. I just stick this on top to give it more interest. Right, so you can actually literally hang that. Right, you can literally hang that. So I hope this helps some of you guys to create more and more projects. But sometimes if you really don't have an idea, what I normally do is I do this kind of things and I'll keep it. So whenever I need, or I have an order, or I just feel like crafting, I will actually sit down and decorate them like what I did for the other two pieces. So this will be a very good activity for you guys to distash. Okay, especially if you're a crafter, I know you guys will have a lot. So feel free to follow me on my Instagram. I will upload my project shortly on Instagram. Happy crafting and thank you for your time. Bye guys.